What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there today. I have got one I am truly excited about. You guys have seen the description. You guys saw the thumbnail and all that good stuff. You know what we're looking at. We're looking at a Bladesmith Kizer from the homie Mark Perez, a.k.a. Loot 10TX, a.k.a. New Breed EDC. Huge friend of mine. Absolutely love that guy to death. He has helped me and helped a lot of guys way more than anyone can ever really imagine. So shout out, Mark. We really appreciate you, buddy. And congratulations on this one, man. This is, honestly, I think this is my favorite design so far to date. And this is the Kizer Raze. Again, just a stellar blade. Looking at pricing anywhere between $169 and $189. This one falling right in between at $179. S45 at $60 to $61. Kizer is loving their S45 here lately, and they do a great job with it. I have no issues there. Perfect sizing. It is just, I can't say perfect. It is just a little on the large side for my quote-unquote perfect sizing, but it does fall perfectly in that 7 to 8 inch range at just under 8 inches. 3.5 inches on your blade length, 0.93 height, and a 3mm blade stock. 4.46 inches on your handle. It is 0.75 right here inside the choil, and then 0.9 right here on the swell. And then your thickness, it is a contoured knife, so it does look a little deceptive. We're looking at 0.52 on the thickest part here of the regular blade, or the regular handle, and then here at the pocket clip, 0.64. Again, 7.98 inches overall. Here's the kicker. Closed position, something Mark is so good at. Closed position, carry profile right here. We're looking at 1.1 inches of your carry profile. Absolutely phenomenal job. And you see where your clip is at. So in here, it's really thin, so it does tuck into that pocket quite nicely. This knife carries phenomenally well. One thing I would change about it, you guys just saw there, and I'll talk about that when we get to it, but it is 3.65 ounces. So the three versions, you have the gold with the standard kind of a marble carbon fiber or shred carbon fiber here. The cheaper version is titanium with a leather insert, and I believe it's stonewash on the blade. I think all the blades have the same finish on them, if I'm not mistaken, except for the version I want, which is the 80s camo carbon and the DLC everything, which I think looks extremely good. And 189 bucks, you really cannot beat that for what you're getting. So a great job on that. But one thing I would absolutely change on the knife is the jimping. I am almost positive, like I know Mark well enough to know this is probably not his idea for jimping on here. It's not as aggressive as what we typically see from Mark. It does work well. It's just I have to kind of stage up on it. I have to make sure I'm ready for it. I have to be in a certain spot. Now the reverse flick is money. The reverse flick is definitely exactly how Mark wanted it, I'm sure, because it is perfect. I would not change a thing about that reverse flick. I can slow roll this knife. I think I can even, let's find out. Oh, come on now. I did it once before. There we go. I can thumb flick it. You guys know I don't have quite the range of motion I should in my thumb, so just keep that in mind. It's probably going to be way easier for you guys to thumb flick it. Lock bar access is great. Detent location is great. Detent strength is great. Design overall, execution overall, everything is so good with this knife. Absolutely stellar blade. This will be my next new knife purchase. And it'll be my first new Kizer purchase in a little while as well. But this is certainly one that I am in love with. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the close-ups on this knife. We'll talk a little bit more about the ergonomics and everything as we go along. But a beautifully done inset here on that carbon fiber. Contoured and chamfered. Got some nice milling here, kind of a radial style milling there. Everything's done really well. We've got a titanium backspacer done in black PVD, T8 hardware. A single kind of pocket clip there, just a nice standard pocket clip. It is fairly tight, but it does go in and out of the pockets pretty easily. Again, good access to that finger hole there to be able to get it out. And then, like I said, that jimping just could be a little bit tighter, because I know that Mark typically uses a tighter jimping, so I think this might have been Kizer's doing, or they just, I don't know, something got rounded off or something. I'm not sure, but I do think that jimping could stand to be much stronger. Blade is perfectly centered. Tip is a little thin, so it's hard to tell quite perfectly, but I do believe that is a good tip. Don't think there's any issues there. Lock up on your liner lock is perfect. Really great liner lock access. I mean, no issues there at all. We got more jimping here up underneath. You got kind of a simulated choil, which I like. This is kind of what I like when I'm saying I want a choke up point without having a massive finger choil. That's what I'm talking about. You do still get all of that blade, all that usable blade there, but you do have a little bit of a landing pad, so to speak. Stonewash and hand satin on this clip point blade. It comes down to a nice pokey tip. Very, very, very pokey tip. Let's get that in the middle of the frame here so we can see it. Really great job on that. Again, typical Kizer branding. There you have the new breed EDC Raze. I love how they did that, where they have the NB and the Raze being in the same font, and then the EDC and S45 being in a very similar fonts. I think that they did a really good job there. Oh my goodness, English is hard. Plunge grind is great. No issues with the plunge grind at all. Let's blind the camera. I have zero major issues with this knife at all. Like I said, as good as that reverse flick is, I probably will never use the front flipper on this knife. Quite honestly, it is just so money. I mean, it really is. Action is phenomenal. Really good. Like I said, ergonomics. It's New Breed, guys. It's Mark. He does not fail with ergos. Every knife I've ever handled of his design has been just absolutely insanely good, and the ergonomics department, action department is always on point as well. But I really, really like this knife. Let's jump into our hardware check here. It's going to be it's Kizer, so it's going to be good. Can't get to that screw there, so we'll just come on the flip side here. No issues whatsoever there. Going into our size comparisons. Again, it's an 8-inch blade, so most of the stuff on the table is going to be smaller, starting with the Penguin. And then coming in with the Pyrite. And we have a couple of Kizers coming up. We got the drop bear, the OG drop bear. So this is the full size drop bear. Now that they've done the 2, that's a little bit smaller. And we have the Militaw. Very, very similar sizes there. The Militaw just being slightly smaller. Bel Air. Then we have the Malibu. PM2. And last but not least, the MSI. So, really cool stuff. Like I said, I am a huge fan of Mark as not only a designer, but also as a human being. So if you guys are not supporting this man, you certainly should be. Again, he is a pillar of our community and deserves to be treated as such. So let me know what you guys think about this knife. Again, this one isn't my favorite one. I think, honestly, this would be my least favorite. The leather one would be a second, and then the DLC is definitely the top spot. But I want to know what you guys think about this knife. And, yeah. Anyway, I look forward to talking to y'all in the comments. As always, please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Y'all take care.